Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening. I'm sorry I couldn't come in yesterday. Good evening, everybody. Yes. Good evening, good evening. I'm sorry I couldn't come in yesterday. I don't know why it's echoing. I didn't do anything. Good evening, everybody. Okay. Yes. Good evening, good evening. I'm sorry I couldn't come in yesterday. Okay, I'm sorry. The reason was because I had opened the screen on my laptop, and that is probably the reason. So, once again, warm welcome to all you lovely people. Good evening to all of you. No, Aryan, that's not the case. Actually, I didn't realize that there was another screen, and I had opened my YouTube in that, and that's why it was saying good evening, good evening, good evening again and again and again. Thank you, Aryan. That's my sons, and my eyes were really strained. So I'm just, these are just anti-glare glasses. Yes, I remember you, Aryan. Thank you so much. Well, a warm welcome to all you lovely people. So today we are back on our series of the great games of our great chess legends, and this is the eighth part, and this is your Vijay Lakshmi Subbaraman back here. I am the first woman grandmaster of our country and an Arjuna awardee. And I'm here to welcome you all, and we'll jump into another session of this great games of great chess legends, guys. Who are these great chess legends and whom are we talking about right now? Yes, it is about these two great legends that we are actually seeing the match. We have seen three matches, that is between Louis Charles Mahi de la Bourdonnais, who is an French aristocrat, and Alexander MacDonald, who is an Irish businessman and very rich businessman he was. The stark differences was very visible in the fact that Le Bourdonnais was not very rich at this point of time. He was probably surviving on being a professional chess player. And MacDonald was an extremely successful real estate business person, and he had all the money in the world, and he was only interested in playing chess. Yes, so that's about the intro. So the first three matches, we know what happened. Le Bourdonnais had won the first match. First match was he won with 18-7. Second match was again a very exciting match wherein it was a very close call. MacDonald won with 5-4. The third match was again Le Bourdonnais who won it with 6-5. And now we are going to enter into the fourth match. The fourth match, as was the previous three matches, was a very exciting affair. And what happened was, well, initially the first game was won by Le Bourdonnais, but then fourth game, it so happened that MacDonald was winning on every fourth game alternative until this 15th game. He won the game number 4, he won the game number 8, he won the game number 12. So 4, 8 and 12 he had won, and he was at 3 points. And of course Le Bourdonnais was really strong, but at this point of time, guys, probably he was trailing a bit, because Le Bourdonnais was leading by probably, he was probably pointless. But then after this, there was no turning back, and he was able to, we will see what he did actually. I'm not going to let out the secret. And here we will see the game number 8 between McDonald and Lebardonai, in which McDonald played some really strong moves, and we will see how beautifully he has won against Lebardonai, guys. This is the game wherein he plays e4. This is the 8th match. This is part 8, so I thought we should see the 8th match, and this was a very powerful game. F4, again King's Gambit. A lot of King's Gambit also happened, as you must have seen in the previous videos as well. So E F3, E4, Knight F3, G5. Again, after G5, Bishop C4, G4. Thank you, Shiva Kumar. Thank you so much. Yes, I had a very long day. My eyes were really stressed out, so I said I needed some classes for myself today. I thought I was looking old. Thank God. Thanks for saying some nerdy, smart looking India's first WGM. Thank you so much. Well, welcome back, and let's get back to this this 8th game of the 4th match between McDonald and Lebardonai. And after G4, Knight C3. Well, yes, here black is clearly better, guys. Clearly better. Here probably he should have just gone on for some natural looking moves like probably Knight C6 or D6. But he goes for G into F6, G into F3. Still black is better. Still black retains a slight advantage. Queen into F3. Actually, in this game, what I felt was that probably Lebardonai was leading by quite a margin. So he was probably underestimating his opponent. And that was one of the reasons in this game, he was really greedy, guys. Really greedy. I was quite surprised by the way he played the moves, you know. Like for example, after G3, Queen F3, Bishop H6 looked very strange. And he was trying to take pieces and he was trying to defend his pieces. Both looked very strange, especially in the given scenario where after he is a piece up, now he has to develop his pieces. But he goes on for defending his F4 pawn. After D4, I think he commits a grave mistake with Knight C6, which I felt was absolutely not necessary. He should have played the probably the most natural looking D6 with the idea of probably playing Queen H4 with Bishop G4 or Queen G4, trying to exchange the queens. Once that is done, yes, black is probably winning already because black is a piece up. But he goes for Knight C6, grabbing pawns. Yes. Hello, Kirtilal. Sir, how are you doing? So after Knight C6, you can see that like the position is kind of really getting messy for black, guys, and it is very visible in the next couple of moves, guys. I mean, after castles, white says I am not interested in going for any silly trips or tricks. So he goes for the developmental move of playing castles. After castles, I mean, like, here was the limit, guys. Here was the limit. Lebardonai has gone to the extent of not considering his opponent to even play some decent moves. And he plays Knight into D4, which is a clear blunder. And McDonald, who was the second best rated, best strongest player at that point of time, was not going to give up on this. So he goes for a very strong Diwali Dhamakedar move, guys. Sara ready move. Bishop into F7. Yes. After Bishop into F7, what else? I mean, like, King into F7, guys. So Queen H5 check. King G7. And here I really like this move here. I mean, like, I was thinking how to continue, but black side is Lebardonai, Shiva Kumar sir. White is McDonald, white is Alexander McDonald, and black is Louis Charles Mahedela Bordonai. And this is the 4th London match and the 8th game of the 4th match. Yes, I am sorry, I'm supposed to be putting the names of the players, which I will learn how to do fast, and I will put it. I'm sure. I promise you, sir. So as of now, let's see this game, what they have done. So after bishop into f4, I mean, like, this move was again a very beautiful move. Here he is trying to bring in as many pieces as is possible into the game, opening up the king side and going for the kill. Yes, and here we can see the stark difference of these two rooks and these two pieces. All of white's 4 pieces are very ready to attack, and black's pieces are yet to get up from their slumber. Knight f6 and queen g5 check, and here we can see a remarkable change in the assessment of the position. Suddenly, in hardly 5 moves, the whole scenario has changed. Yes. After king f7, rook a f1, so king e8, and the king decides to go back to his mansion yet again. He goes to the same position where he started. He started from king e8, king f7, king g7, and then back to king f7 and king e8. He just walks back the same route that he came in, but in the process we can see a remarkable change in the assessment of the position, guys. Yes, queen e7 was played, but this position is completely lost, guys, completely lost. And knight d5, like, how much more can black get here? You know, that there's no way for black to escape any which way. Probably he should have gone for giving at least one check here, but what do I say? Queen c5. I don't know, somehow in this game I felt like Le Bourdonnais was playing like he didn't want to part with any of his pieces. Probably he forgot that, you know, it really doesn't matter to retain any piece apart from your king. Probably that's what he missed out. And here again a very cool, calm, subtle, prophylactic move was played by McDonald, guys, and this is something which I really like. Okay, what is black's threat here? Black's threat is very simple, to go for knight f3 check, a double check. Yes, and very cool prophylaxis of king h1 stops all these things at one go, and suddenly there is no way to stop the mate from happening. And he tries one last attempt of playing knight e6. Yes, here even queen h6, h5 is also winning. Lot of moves are winning, but he goes for the very simple rook into e6, d into e6, knight f6 check, and resigns. That's a discovered attack on the queen, guys, and in exactly 7 moves from here, black's king is definitely getting checkmated wherever he goes. So that was the game between McDonald, Alexander, and Le Bourdonnais in this game, and this was the 8th game of the London 4th match in 1834, guys. And this was a beautiful game that was played between these two people, and we can see how strong McDonald is also playing in this match, guys. But we will be seeing why Le Bourdonnais won this match. Yes, we will see as to why he won this match. I mean, like, this one game was considered to be one of the brilliant games of all times. You know, it was considered to be an eternally brilliant game, and Kasparov considers this to be, you know, this game was considered a game for eternity. It was called as the French Masters visiting card, in the sense this game was the identity of Le Bourdonnais, guys, and we will see why it is. Okay, so the opening was e4, c5, knight f3, knight c6. Well, in this position, this was an opening that was rare, I mean, like, pretty new at that point of time. d4, nc6, nf3, nc6 was not played on a regular basis here. Okay, I missed out on the conversations. Okay, you're welcome, Sivakumar sir, and thank you, Kitilal sir. So knight into d4 was played, and this game was analyzed by none other than the next unofficial world champion, Howard Staunton. And Howard Staunton was again a very strong British player. In fact, he was the reason why England became extremely strong in chess, and he was considered to be the unofficial world champion. I think probably from 1840 to 1851 or something. I will check out the exact time and let you know, guys. 1844 to 1851, if I remember correctly. Till such time, first we will see this match, right? So here, e5 was played. Yes, e5 is not, this is called as a Kalashnikov variation, and this was not very popular at that point of time. Of course, 150 years later, right now, this is probably one of the most popular variation, and not 150 years now. I mean, after 150 years, it picked up quite a bit, and now even this is one of my own favorite variations from black. Of course, here knight into c6 is not the most appropriate move. Of course, knight b5 is the most popular variation. And the variation goes, I can play knight f6 or d6. There are so many variations here that can be played. And that's, I'm not going to go into the opening jingles here. So let's go for this knight into c6. Not the most appropriate move, because I think black knight is not the most important piece for white to go and exchange this. Yes, knight b4 should have been played. Here after knight into c6, yes. After b into c6, you can see that we get the control of the d5 square, and d into c6 is a strict no-no, guys. Is a strict no-no, because after queen into king into, white retains a slight advantage for life, and without castling, no, it's a strict no-no. So after b into c6, bishop c4, knight f6, bishop g5. Actually, it's very simple what McDonald is trying to do. He has played knight into c6 with the idea of stopping d5. He played this bishop c4, and after knight f6, he wants to play bishop g5, try to pin it and stop black from playing d5. This is the simple idea. But then, you know, these kind of moves are not the most precise, because now again after bishop e7, again I'm going to do the same thing. I've unpinned my knight, and now I can go ahead with d5, and you know, suddenly it is not so comfortable, and I'm attacking the e4 pawn here as well. So now black is probably slightly better here already, slightly better in the development, and here you can see that white has to make a decision of whether to defend the pawn with queen e2 or go ahead with bishop into f6, and he decides to go ahead with queen e2. But here, you know what happens after queen e2? It is very simple play for black, guys, because now here the most strategic move of d5 comes into 4, and here I really don't see any more problems for black, and now he goes for bishop into f6. I mean, like, I think this is probably a very big mistake on McDonald's part, guys. You know, for the simplest reason, because now this move doesn't make any sense. At least if he had played here, bishop at f6 would have had at least some sense to it. But after queen e2, d5, bishop at f6 looks kind of very erroneous judgment on McDonald's part. But this is the initial phase of the experimental period going on, so it's very difficult to judge, guys. This is 1834. 1834, I mean, like, unbelievable. So bishop at f6, bishop at f6, bishop b3, and castle. And here, actually, I really liked black's move here, guys. a5. a5 is an amazing move. Here, it has a double threat. In fact, now the idea is to play a4, and this bishop has nowhere to go. And I have one more threat of playing bishop c4 as well. Bishop c4 and this diagonal, guys. I mean, like, amazing idea. But yes, now black is, you know, really on the upper hand. Black is really superior in development. Black has 2 bishop advantage. There is a strong pawn center. What more do you need, guys? By the end of 11th move, I am already black is already much better here. And after ed5, cd5, rook d1, black says, white says, okay, I'm not able to go, I'm not going to be stopping this with a4, or, you know, because even if I play a4 in this position, I would be losing my exchange. So he wants to go for an prophylactic defense, guys. But then, yes, Aryan, you're absolutely right. Black is really good in this position. So here, after d4, you can see this pawn is actually stopping this knight from coming to a good square. And here, probably McDonald, I think missed out. And probably here he should have gone for the much more calm, quiet knight d2. Not the best move, not the best possible place for the knight. But nevertheless, this is what he should have done. He should not have gone for the c4. But little did he know that this is, kind of paving way for the pawn roll. And you will see why I'm saying this is a very important move, point, guys. Because after this point, Black had a very, very concrete idea. And now there is no way to stop the d pawn. No way to stop the d pawn, guys. D pawn has become a passed pawn. How will he stop it? Well, let's see what happens here. So after c4, queen b6, moving from the line of fire, and after bishop c2, bishop b7, bishop on the long diagonals. What more does Black need, guys? Amazing position. Black, of course, is not going to be taking queen into b2 because then bishop into h7 would lose this game right away. So, of course, this is not something which we are going to do that. So here, bishop c2, bishop is, and who needs a pawn in this position when I have something better to do? Yes, so here knight d2 has been played and rook a e8. This is a beautiful move, guys, because in this kind of position, it becomes very difficult to judge as to where to place which rook. But in this position, it becomes very evident as to where to place your rook. The idea is very simple. I'm going to move it here, move the bishop probably, try to push. That's it. That is it, guys. That is it. So, it's very, very simple if you understand what you want to do. If you can strategically plan, if you have a prophylactic thought process, then yes, everything becomes really easy. So guys, remember, that is the reason we are seeing all these legendary games, because they make it look so easy, they make it look so simple, and they make it so easy for us to understand and remember and put it in our brain. Right into the brain. It goes directly inside and it stays there forever. And after seeing this game, you will know that too. After rook a8, knight e4, bishop d8, voila, as we had said. Yes, now Black's threat is very, very simple. I'm going to play f5 and the pawn surge. And the pawn surge, guys. Yes, now what can White do? White has to do something very fast, otherwise White is just going to get steamrolled, guys. White is just going to get steamrolled. Queen c6. Of course, still queen b2 is out of bounds. Yes, knight f6 check. Here, if g into f6, again the same threat. And if king here, then yes, there are lots of moves that I can do actually. I can actually play a lot of moves here. At least this is one possibility. And many more. After rook n2, I can actually play rook b1. Try to take this piece also. So this is something which I would like to avoid. And please don't go for the pawn, guys. Let's not do the same mistake which Debordonoi did in the 8th game of this match, where he goes on to take pieces here, pawns there. No, let's feel the position. Let's feel the position. I'm having two bishops. I'm having a steamroll of 3 pawns going ahead. f5, e4, d3. I have 2 beautiful rooks, 2 bishop advantage. So I'm going to go for this. So queen c6. Yes. Bishop e4 on rook. I'm sorry. Why can't Black play bishop e4 on rook? Okay. Here you want to say bishop e4. Yes, bishop e4 is also possible, Mr. Shivakumar. But the idea is very, very similar, and I'm going to be doing the same thing here. I can actually probably take bishop into bishop. After knight into bishop, I can actually go back to d8. And how do you stop f5? Yes, probably this is what he should have done. But after knight e4, but then how will we get the brilliancy if he plays the best moves? So bishop d8. And after c5, queen c6, without much ado, f3. So now white says, okay, I'm trying to defend black from playing e4 for the time being at least. And g2 mate is also stopped. Like for example, if I do something like rook c1, then f5, and if I move the knight, then if I move the knight, then I get checkmated. Hello, Mr. Chess Champ. Hello, Miss or Mr. Chess Champ. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. So f3 was played. It's kind of a dual way. That is for Mr. Shivakumar to say. So after f3, bishop e7 is being played. Now the idea is very simple. I am stopping white from playing knight d6 here, guys. As simple as that. So rook c1, and now I get to play f5. And here, I mean, like, black is just getting ready. Again, please don't go for any silly pawn tricks, because after knight into c5, queen into c5, again the same thread, guys. Earlier it was on this diagonal, on this rank. Now it's on this file. So let us not, it will be the same motif with bishop into h7, but only the difference is whether it's a file or a rank. Oh my god, it's a beautiful right angle. It's a beautiful right angle, guys. Beautiful right angle. Thank you. Okay, Chess Champ, are you a boy or a girl, or a man or a woman? So rook c1, f5, good move is being played. So queen c4, king h8, good move. King h8, again a very good move here, guys, because as simple as the previous king h1. This subtle prophylaxis is, kind of removes all threats. After bishop a4, queen h6, oh my god. Black is going all out, guys. Black is going all out. And, well, it's okay, you're a man. So, hello, Mr. Chess Champ. So, here you can see that already black is probably winning in this position, guys. Bishop into e8 is being played. Still, I think black should have probably gone ahead with knight d6. That was probably the last chance that he had. Yes. Because if bishop into d6, c into d6, rook c8, yes, black is still winning, but then this is probably the best chance that he had. After queen f1, maybe rook into rook, queen into d6, and black is just winning, guys. Right? Am I right? Am I stuck? Am I stuck, guys? Well, there is a lot of rains in Chennai, so bear with me. Okay, so let's continue this game. Am I even going live? Yes, I am live. I am live and I am alive. Okay, so here we are going to go back to bishop into e8. After bishop into e8, f into e4. This is again a very brilliant move. And here you can see black is, just surging ahead. Now the pawns are, there's a rhyme actually. The pawns go marching forward or something like that. Okay, little lag here and there. Thank you, Mr. Shivakumar, for updating me. So c6, and black decides to go ahead with one more dhamakedar move, e into f3. Here c into b7 would have been forcing things in just, in another 6 moves probably black would get checkmated, because after queen e3 check, king h1 has to be played, and fg2. king g2, rook check. If king here, then actually I can go rook into pawn check. If king here, I give this check, and king here, queen g2 is a checkmate. Hello, Professor Raman, you're back too. So c into b7, of course, MacDonald didn't venture to go ahead with c into b7. Instead, he goes for rook c2. Rook c2, yes. So queen e3 here. I think, yeah, probably here he could have played something better. Okay, Mr. Aryan. Okay. Yes, Professor Raman, yesterday I couldn't come. So after rook c2, queen e3 check, king h1, and this is probably the final blunder, guys, because after this there is no way. You know, the irony of this game, actually why I chose these two games, we had one more reason. Okay, as I told you, MacDonald had won 4, 8 and 12 games, right? 4th, 8th and 12th game. He was going in the multiples of 4, and the 16th game was won by Le Bourdonnais. This is actually the 16th game, and we saw the 8th game where king h1 was the winning move, and on the 16th game of the same match, king h1 is a losing move. You know, this is the contradiction between these two games, guys. I mean, like, this is like amazing. Like on the 8th game, king h1 wins. On the 16th game, king h1 loses. What more can I say? There also, I mean, like, the position was very, very similar. Like the queen and rook were there. And here also, okay, I'm going a bit far. Let's leave it at king h1 winning and losing. Okay. So here, after this, bishop c8, bishop d7, f2. The idea is very simple, guys. Now I'm going to play queen e1 check. Let's assume if I take this, then queen e1 check. If queen f1, I will be taking this. If queen into f1, then f1 queens. Oh, what happened? Why is everyone wishing birthday to Aryan? Okay, Mr. Aryan, a very happy birthday. Looks like it's your birthday today. So here, f1 check. Okay, let's assume here instead of queen d1, if white plays rook c1, we can actually take queen into c1, guys. And after queen c1, we can still do the same. This is like amazing, guys. So rook f1 was played, and after rook f1, d3. d3, rook c3, bishop into d7, c into d7, e4. See the pawn roll, guys. See the pawn roll. Oh my god. f2, e4, d3. After queen c8, bishop d8 is played. Just one move and it stops all the threats. And queen c4, queen e1. And you know, the funniest part is I'm actually giving my queen. My queen is defended with f2 and d2, 2 pawns. And there is no way for white to do anything in this position, guys. So rook queen c5 attacking my rook. So rook g8, rook d1, e3. I mean, like, queen c3, queen into d1, rook into d1, e2. Oh my, it's just pure OMG stuff, guys. OMG. There is no which way, you know, this can happen. You know, this looks like a very beautiful study where you get 3 pawns, you know, f2, d2, e2, like so rare. Thank you so much, Mr. Shivakumar. That's very nice of you. So here you can see, I mean, like, amazing, guys. Amazing. That's what I can say. It's just pure OSM to Le Bourdonnais. OP, guys. Like, I mean, like, what a game. What a game. I mean, like, I was so moved by this game. I thought the contradiction between the 8th game and the 16th game was So amazing. I thought I wanted to share it with you all, guys. And with this, uh, of course, already Leberdonai was leading, but then ultimately he goes on, he wins and other two games. This is the 16th game, so 17th and 18th game was also won by Leberdonai. Total of 18 games were played in this fourth match at London in 1834, and Leberdonai won with 11 and a half to 16 and a half, guys. 11 and a half to 6.5. He won by a margin of 5 points. 5 points. Yes. So that's the kind of strength that Leberdonai had at that point of time, and he was an amazingly strong player. And his games are just the proof of it, guys. So we will go ahead with watching Leberdonai's fifth match tomorrow, because the fifth match is again a very interesting match. And well, what do I say, because the fifth match again was a very interesting match. We will be seeing what happened between these two players. Probably, but Leberdonai was considered to be really strong at that point of time, Mr. Shivakumar. So it's no wonder that actually he has won the match. So we will see the match number 5 tomorrow. So that's about it from me, guys. This is your Vijay Lakshmi Subbaraman, the first Woman Grandmaster of our country, and an Arjuna Awardee, signing off. I will see you all the day after tomorrow, because I live in Chennai, and there you must all be aware that there is a huge cyclone called Nivar going to land in Chennai tomorrow. So probably I'm not sure about the electricity situation or the current situation. So I don't want to take any chances and say that I won't be available tomorrow. So I would like to have my YouTube session for the day after tomorrow. So I will see you all the day after tomorrow. That is 26th Thursday, 26/11 at 9 p.m. and we will be going ahead with match number 5, and that was probably the final match, because the 6th match was unfinished, guys. So probably this would be kind of the final match, wherein we come to see about what happened between these two guys. Already Leberdonai is leading the match with 3-1. Let's see if McDonald is able to catch up with him. So that's about it from me, guys. Thank you so much. You've all been so wonderful. Mwah. I'll see you all the day after tomorrow. Thank you so much, Mr. Shivakumar. I will definitely be safe at home tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Good night. And Shubhratri. Jai Hind.